Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life. And we've got in front of us the Xperia Z3 Compact, or if you're not in the US, that would be the Z3 Compact. So this is the follow-up in a way to the Xperia Z1 Compact, which was released last year, which was sort of a flagship style phone, but with a really compact body. Sony's one of the only companies that's actually doing this. Everyone else is creating mini phones. Mini phones usually lack specs and just aren't really a device you would consider, but Sony's trying to change that a little bit with this compact series. So we had the Z1 Compact, actually tested it for quite a while, really liked it for the most part. Unfortunately, this imported version didn't have LTE connectivity, but the Z3 Compact, on the other hand, should have LTE connectivity here in the States, although we will be sure to test that to make sure. But really excited about this phone now that we've got one in-house. We weren't on hand at IFA when it was announced, so this is sort of our first time taking a look at it. We did have to import this from the UK. It's not available in the US yet, and we still don't know if or when it is coming to the US, though. Sort of hope that it does, so that people have a chance to buy this, especially for those of you that maybe loved the Moto X last year and want a smaller phone, not these gigantic phones, but still has specs and can compete and things like that. So I opted for the red version just to do something a little bit different. Also comes in white, black, and a couple other colors, maybe purple or greenish or bluish. So there's definitely some color options out there. Again, I went with red. So let's put that aside. It does come with a screen protector. So Sony used to sort of put screen protectors on their phones, and it drove people nuts because you couldn't remove them, as far as I know. And so now they're not doing that, but they are giving you one just in case. Also in the box here, again, you can see this has definitely been imported. You got headphones, USB cord, and then this looks like just a USB adapter. So lots going on in the box. Sony usually doesn't skimp, but the star of the show here is the actual phone. So let's pull the phone out, and it really is a small phone, and that's not a complaint. I am one of those that can't stand the fact that every phone released nowadays is a large beast. So I am really, really excited about this phone. So you've got a 2.5 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 on the inside, which is, the current processor that basically everything's running outside of the Galaxy Note 4, which has an 805. It has 2 gig of RAM. It has a 4.6 inch HD display. That's 720p display. So it's not 1080p, but it's 720p. And, if you own an iPhone, or, somebody that owns an iPhone, their phones basically run barely over 720p and they don't have a problem with them. So you decide if that's a big deal there. It's waterproof and dust tight. You have a 20 megapixel Sony camera on the back there. You do have this sort of dedicated camera button here on the side. And so, Sony was one of the first to kind of really jump on that whole waterproof, dustproof thing. So you'll notice there's basically no openings anywhere around the device. And so, yeah, this is the phone. I'm actually, again, really excited about this. So let's power it up. This is just an unboxing, though, so we're going to do, obviously, some more in-depth stuff. Hopefully, eventually get to a further review. Additional specs, though, this body is actually, it's 127 millimeters tall. It's about 65 wide, which is the exact same dimensions as the Z1 Compact, except they actually made it thinner. And then they also tossed in a 2600 milliamp hour battery. So they jumped the battery up from 2300 milliamp. So basically a smaller body, but bigger battery, and pretty similar design. You can see up there, the camera lens and flash have moved around a little bit, but for the most part, pretty identical devices. Everything else is sort of in the same place. Again, the Z1 Compact is just, it's a little thicker. It doesn't quite pack the punch. You also have a 4.3 inch HD display on the old one. And again, you have that 4.6 inch one on. So they put a bigger display and bigger battery in a device that's essentially the same. So you got the chin and the head or forehead up there. You're not going to be quite as big. And that's pretty much it. You are looking at a compact device that is essentially a flagship. And so, I'll jump through and, we'll get through into the software and stuff like that later. But again, you do have on-screen keys, but you do have Sony's custom skin on there, which is not my favorite, but you can mask things like that with a third-party launcher. So anyways, just been a quick unboxing. So we do have the Xperia Z3 Compact now in-house Really excited to begin testing this bad boy and let you guys know in case it does eventually come to the US, or maybe one of you wants to import it as we did. So if you guys have comments, questions, or want anything special looked at, one of those being battery life. The device, before we wrap up here, is said to have about 2-day battery life and supposed to be kind of one of the new battery kings. So we're excited to see what Sony's done there. But again, anyways, we'll have more coming, and let us know if you guys want to see anything in particular. We are Droid Life, and we're out. Peace.